Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Late Night Football. Welcome to another match reaction show. Actually, to be honest, it's really a second half reaction show because I missed the first half. But nonetheless, it's finished. Almeria 1, Real Madrid 3, and Jude Bellingham. He's going to take all the headlines once again, isn't he? I mean, two goals and assist for him. Absolutely fantastic performance. At a time when the going rate for midfielders is £100 million plus. Especially in the Premier League. You're talking about an English midfielder, probably England's best central midfielder at this moment in time, and he's 100 million euros seems like a steal, doesn't he? But he looks like a good player, and I think in some ways, him going to Dortmund, I think has prepared him to go to Madrid. Because if he had gone from the Premier League to Madrid directly, I don't think he would be prepared for this. But I think the fact that he's gone to Dortmund first, I think has prepared him for this move. He looks. And it's only 2 games in, right? Things can change very, very quickly. He could still have a very crap season from here. But the reality is, I think in some ways, he looks ready for this move. He doesn't look overawed by it. He doesn't look overwhelmed by it. Sometimes young players go to Real Madrid and they can't deal with the pressure. But he seems like he can deal with it. And that is brilliant for him. And that is brilliant for Real Madrid because it looks like, at the moment, it looks like it's money well spent. But that being said, it's another win for Madrid, 2 wins on the spin, and of course both of them away games as well. So that's very, very important as well. Just to keep picking up points every time you go away from home. That will be really crucial for them to get. You got to say, I mean, the early goal from Arribas came from a counter. Again, it's something that Madrid had to deal with even in preseason, and that's something they'll have to cut out and try and cut out because against big teams, you can't afford to get caught at the counters the way that they did for the first goal. They made it 1-0 from Arribas. But after that, what will please Ancelotti is the fact that his team showed a lot of fight. His team showed a lot of desire. I think the 4-1-2-1-2 somehow just about seems to be working at the moment, and they found those 3 goals. I mean, Bellingham scored the first one, which is a nice, decent finish. It was just about getting back in the game. Really, at 1-1, it doesn't matter how the goal goes in. What you want is you want the goal, and they made it 1-1. The second goal was a nice header. It was a good cross from Toni Kroos. It's a wonderful header from Bellingham to make it 2-1. And then of course the third goal was the best of the lot. It's a super finish from Vinicius. Again, Bellingham, it's a stat bad assist, but an assist nonetheless is good. The work really was done by Valverde on that right hand side, and he cuts it in towards Bellingham. Bellingham just lays it off to Vinicius, and it's such a nonchalant finish from Vinicius. Right foot straight in the top corner. There you go, 3-1, and that seals the game. I think Brahim Diaz had a few good touches towards the end. They maybe should have been 4-1, but not to be. But 3-1. What was again very, very encouraging from a Real Madrid point of view is that again he didn't play Kroos and Modric together in this game. Again, it was Kroos who started, Modric went on the bench. That is good science. If you're a Real Madrid fan, that is good positive science, because like I've said, you can't play Kroos and Modric together in games like this, and oftentimes Ancelotti sometimes tries to play both of them together. I think hopefully he has, and it's still only 2 games in, but I hope he has realized and come to the realization that we have, that you can't play Kroos and Modric now anymore as a pairing. Even if you're playing 2 midfielders alongside them, you can't play those 2 together. It's got to be one or the other. But I thought one of them had to play in this game, because I think Almeria were going to sit deep, they were going to counter, and it worked against Bilbao where he didn't need to play them because it was more about energy and enterprise and tenacity. Whereas today, I think they needed a little bit of guile to go with the energy. So to play Kroos, I think was the right decision, and it worked out well for them. And hopefully that's what it will be. Some games will be Kroos, some games will be Modric, but never both of them together. I think that's what Ancelotti will be saying. But I just said second half, I mean, I only watched the second half. There's not really much to talk about aside from that. I think the fact is that once that second goal went in, you almost felt like the belief had been sucked out of Almeria. It must have felt like a sucker punch as well from Almeria, because they had a couple of good chances to score themselves, to make it 2-0, to make it 2-1, to get in the lead, and they didn't bury them, they didn't take them. Particularly Luis Suarez missed a couple of good chances. Ramazani missed a good chance as well. And that's what happens sometimes in games like this, where you can play really well and you can find yourself still 1-0 up, or only 1-1, and those kind of leads, in the flash of an eye, it's gone. And the other team comes in and scores a goal, scores 2 goals, and suddenly it's gone. And that's deflating. As a team, that can deflating. That's why we always say take your chances. Take your chances. When you get them, you've got to be clinical, because the other team, because for someone like Almeria, they were not going to create a lot of chances. Real Madrid were going to create a lot of chances. So they, law of averages dictates they'll take 1 of them or 2 of them. Whereas for Almeria, they may not create that much. So they've got to take them when they come. It's difficult, but that's the way it is, isn't it? Unfortunately, they couldn't do it. And when they went 2-1 down, they just might have felt we played so well, but we're still down, and that deflated them. And I think after that, they just couldn't mount the comeback that they were supposed to mount, or that you felt that they should have mounted. And it just withered away. But anyway, that's how football is. Unfortunately, it's a little bit tough and it's cruel, and sometimes it doesn't give you what you deserve. But that being said, I don't think Real Madrid didn't deserve to win today. I think they owe the balance of play. I think from what I could tell, I think Real Madrid deserved to win the game, and be happy with that. Just picking up 3 points each. It'll be interesting to see once Kepa comes back, does he go straight in? Not comes back, but once he's because he didn't start today because he wasn't on the bench today. So once he's integrated into the squad, does he go straight into the first 11 or does Lunin keep his place? I think that'll be one to watch out for. But other than that, I think pretty much now, because of where Real Madrid's squad is at, I think that 11 pretty much picks itself for every game, barring when Ancelotti wants to rotate it, or rotate for the smaller games. I think in the big games or in games like this, I think that 11 pretty much picks itself. The only question becomes whether Kroos starts or whether Modric starts. But other than that, I think just that one piece of midfield, who starts in that third midfield. But otherwise, that the back four is going to be what it is today. That Tchouameni, Camavinga, and Bellingham are going to start, and then Vinicius and Rodrygo are going to play up front. The only question is it going to be is it going to be Valverde today? Is it going to be Valverde? Is it going to be Kroos? Is going to be Modric? Who's going to play in that other role? I think that is the only question. But otherwise, I think you pretty much know who is going to start. And today, actually, Valverde played and not Camavinga. So you could say that I think Tchouameni. It's interesting which of the 5 go into the 3, isn't it? That's the question. But Bellingham pretty much has cemented himself, and then you pick between Camavinga, Tchouameni, Kroos, Modric, and Valverde. Of those 5, which 3 are going to go in? But it looks like very settled. They look settled. And I think even with that, I think that's good encouragement for Madrid. And if you're a Madrid fan, that's encouraging as well. Anyway, so much like for Bellingham, my man of the match. I think it should be everybody's man of the match if he lost the game. Just phenomenal contribution from him. But if you do disagree with me, share in the comments and let me know what you thought of Madrid's performance, what you thought of the game, what you thought of Almeria's performance as well. If you want to share some thoughts about that, do put that in the comments. Always love to hear from you guys. Smash like, as I said, for Madrid, smash like for Bellingham. If he was also your man of the match, do subscribe to our channel on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We've done quite a few videos, so check them out. And of course, there'll be future videos coming as well. So subscribe to get notified about those as they drop. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.